Hello guys, welcome to my channel again. I'm glad you're back. So in this video we're going to be making a video on cross regions S3 bucket replication, and what this means is just that you have two regions, US East 1, US East 2, and whenever you upload a document into your bucket in one region, for example the source region US East 1, it gets replicated automatically into US East 2. And that's what we're going to be working on today. It's going to be a very short video, so let's go ahead and get started. But first of all, let's go over the scenario. So the scenario is we have a security manager who needs to ensure disaster recovery and data durability by replicating critical data stored in an S3 bucket located in US East 1. It could be any region, but for this lab we're using US East 1 region. So another bucket in US East 2, West 2, and she wants you to implement cross-region replication to maintain a near real-time copy of data in a geographical distant AWS region. So if you know how AWS works, they have region, and each region has different availability zones inside, which is like different data centers in there. But this we're replicating across regions for disaster recovery or many other things, compliance and many other things. This does not mean that you can replicate within the same region. You can, depending on your business needs, but for this lab we're going to be working on replicating across different regions. So this is the scenario, and the task at hand for you is to configure a cross-region replication between a source and destination S3 bucket, ensuring that the replication is secure, which means you're going to ensure encryption. But for this lab, we're not going to be using encryption, but mostly for production you want to ensure that the replication is secure and that only specific objects or prefixes are replicated among buckets, that the process meets compliance and availability requirements, and also login and monitoring are enabled for verification. And this is you here, the staff all confused and trying to make sure everything is working on fine. And the action we're going to take is, of course, replicate objects in the two S3 buckets. The first thing we're going to do is create the source bucket. We're going to be using US East 1, and then create another bucket in US West 2. It's supposed to be West 2 here. We'll change it to West 2. So this is going to be the destination bucket, and we're going to create the replication rule and then test replication by uploading a document into the source bucket and watch it replicate into the destination bucket. So the results we are hoping to achieve is cross-region replication is successfully implemented, and objects uploaded to the source bucket are automatically and securely copied to the destination bucket in another region. Compliance with disaster recovery like your manager wanted, and monitoring and audit logs are available for verification and troubleshooting in case there's any issue. And this is you and your team happily implemented the plan and everyone is happy to go. So let's go ahead and jump into the lab environment and work on this quick lab. So this is here my AWS console. Login as admin, and you have access in your account to create buckets in your S3 bucket, in your S3. Now click on S3 bucket here. If you don't have it here, search at the top here for S3 and you should see it right here. So go ahead and click on S3. I already have a bucket, so here create bucket. Now name your bucket. So I'm gonna name mine cross region replication. source 002. So this is the source bucket, and scroll down, leave everything as is, leave this block, we're not allowing any internet access. Now for this to work, for application to work, versioning must be enabled. So here we're not just going to enable versioning, and everything, like I said, this is going to be server-side encryption, but in order to replicate this, we need to share the encryption key, and we're not going to do that for this lab. So just go ahead and create bucket. And this is the bucket right here. So let's go ahead and open the bucket, and we're going to upload a document here. So we're just gonna, I have a picture here, I'm just gonna upload, and that's it. That was really fast. So close. So just to view the picture, this is what I uploaded, just a picture of Real Madrid, and go ahead and close. So this is good. So let's go ahead and go back to buckets. Now we're going to create our destination bucket. So click on create buckets, and for the name, we're going to call this cross region replication destination 002. So you just have to name this a different name, and I forgot to alert you guys on something. For this, I'm gonna just copy the name right now, so I don't have to type it again. But since it's cross region, this destination bucket, the source bucket we created in US East 1, and then the destination we're going to create in US West 1. Let's do West 2. So let's do West 2 here. So create in West 2. So click on and change your region to West 2. Now we're going to create the bucket. So if I had created both in the same region, that's same region replication, but this we're changing to Oregon and creating the same bucket here, the destination bucket, and then leave everything as is, enable versioning, and then create bucket. There you go. So we have the source bucket in Northern Virginia and the destination bucket in Oregon. Awesome. So now what we're going to do is go to our source bucket, go to management, and here we're going to create a replication rule. So click on create replication rule here, and then here we're going to give it a replication rule ID. Just type a name. So here I'm going to type cross region replication. So for production, you want to give it a name that is pertinent to whatever you're doing and the region, so everyone knows what's going on. So now scroll down. Here you want to apply to all objects in the bucket, which means anything that is uploaded into the bucket is going to be uploaded, it's going to be replicated. So click on this. For destination, so you can choose a bucket in this account or specify a bucket in another account. So we are using the same account, but you could replicate to a different account if you want. So for our S3 bucket destination, we're going to browse, and this is our destination bucket here. Click on it and then choose path. There you go. So here we need an IAM rule for the buckets to assume to be able to replicate to the destination bucket. So we can either go to IAM identity and access management here and create the role, or have the S3 create the role for us here. So here I'm just going to choose create new role, so it's going to create the role for us automatically. Now this is where the encryption is. So if you want to make sure the document, the bucket or the objects are encrypted while being replicated, then you can check this, but you have to provide the encryption key and stuff like that. We don't have that now, so just leave this unchecked. For this destination storage class here, you can actually choose the class of storage you want the destination bucket to be in. For example, if you check it, it's gonna ask you what storage class you want it to be in. So we're not gonna do that now, but for compliance reasons, if you want to replicate documents, for example, into another S3 bucket, and you want to meet compliance for maybe store it for more than 180 days or something, you have to check whatever one works for you. But for this lab, we're not going to use this. Now, additional replication options. So we want to replicate everything. Now what we want to do is, for logging purposes, we want to make sure it logs it to CloudWatch. So for this, we're going to use replication metrics, so it can replicate to cloud. We can log and show it in CloudWatch for us. So after this, just go ahead and save. It's going to be a pop-up. And for this, now it's gonna ask you if you want to replicate existing objects. Now we uploaded a picture, so if you want to replicate existing objects, you can click this. So we're gonna click this, and then it's gonna move us to batch operations. So click this and submit. Now we're back in batch operations. So here we're gonna browse for destination bucket. Okay. Choose path, and for this again, we're going to create a new role. If you want to create it here, or you want to go to identity and access management to create it, that's fine. But here I'm going to just click on create new role and then save. So this may take a few minutes, but it shouldn't take more than 2 or 3 minutes. There you go. Everything is good. So it's gonna move. So right now the status is new. It's gonna move from new to active and then complete. This may take like 4 to 5 minutes. So I'm just gonna let me see, refresh. So it's preparing. So I'm gonna just go off camera and come back when it's all done. That way we can go ahead and see if everything worked out fine for us. So there you go, it's completed and it's 100% complete. So click on this job ID right here, and if you scroll down, this is your destination bucket. If you click on it, it's taking you to your S3 bucket, and this is the image we uploaded earlier in the source bucket. So this is a destination bucket, but we uploaded this image in the source bucket. So here, if you click here, it's the same image. So how about we'll try again and see if it's actually working right now and how long it takes to replicate. So now let's go back to our source bucket right here, and let's upload another image. Close. So we uploaded another image. Now let's go back to buckets, go to destination, and see how long it takes to get here. So as we can see, it's not here yet, but if you refresh a few times, there you go, it's right here. Yeah, so and that's it. And this is how you replicate S3 buckets from one region to another, and the same thing applies to also for same region, but here we're using different regions to replicate, and this is it. So at the end of this video, you should have learned how to replicate objects from one bucket in a different region to another bucket in a different region. And if you want to check the versions, you can see all the versions of the bucket here, in case if you deleted anything or something. But that's it. Thank you for watching and have a great day.